And this country is founded, at least in part, on the firm belief that unpopular speech is absolutely vital to the health of our nation.
In the wake of the Book of Boba Fett finale, I was tempted to make a follow-up to my divisive video about the first 3 episodes of the series. But between the Star Wars apologists, toy corporation sympathisers, and the internet randos who regularly advise me to be the better man, there is a broader issue here that I want to address in this video. Now, before anyone comes at me with a gotcha comment because I said in my previous video that I was deleting my Disney Plus subscription, let me inform you that we don't have Hulu here in Australia, and of all the different streaming services available in this country, it was the Mouse House that opted to stream the new series Pam and Tommy. This show is full of tits and arse and even has a scene with a talking penis, making it the best show of 2022 so far, and the only reason I extended my subscription for 1 more month. So while I'm here, why not watch in bewilderment as the Book of Boba Fett unfolds into a slow-motion cinematic car crash? Before I give my thoughts, I want to point out that Boba Fett himself summed up Episode 7 perfectly.
Nonsense.
To say that the series finale is poor television is quite the understatement. It has bland writing, hammy dialogue, bad editing, really slow action scenes, and plot holes bigger than the Death Star. Like when Boba Fett takes the advice of the Mos Espa Vespers to stay in town and fight the Pikes, rather than set up a defence at the ideal location of Jabba's former palace.
We'll stay.
Or when the writers ignore the fact that the main characters have a modified Naboo starfighter and a fly spray that used to be called the Slave One before wokeness took hold in Hollywood. Why didn't they use these 2 starships to defend the town, instead of having Boba Fett ride in on a Rancor? Because stupid, that's why. Well, that and Dave Filoni probably had his Boba Fett action figure ride the Rancor when he was a kid. But hey, maybe I'm just overthinking it, and this is where the fanboys enter stage left, and they appear in many different guises. Firstly, we get the ones who apologise for disagreeing with me, and I will never understand why they apologise for having their own opinion. I'm entitled to express my dislike of the show just as much as you're allowed to express how much you enjoyed it. There is nothing to apologise for. But then you get the fanboys who aren't apologising for disagreeing with me. They are sorry that I'm not enjoying the show. Why on God's green earth are you sorry about that? That makes no sense to me unless you want everyone else in the world to like the exact same shit that you do. And perhaps that's it. Perhaps that's why these fanboys exclaim that I'm overthinking it, which is really demented. We need more thinking in this world, not less of it. And if life has taught me anything, it's that thinking, especially critical thinking, is so very important. Critical thinking is the ability to make informed decisions by evaluating several different sources of information objectively. As such, critical thinkers possess many other essential skills, including analysis, creativity, problem solving, and empathy. What critical thinkers don't do is totally make shit up to explain away the poor writing in their favourite new Star Wars TV show. Like this guy who tried to explain why Boba Fett didn't use his jetpack in the street fight with the Foot Clan in Episode 1, when he suggested that Boba assumed the assassins would have a sniper, maybe with a heat seeker. And while I'm not surprised this guy's first name is Chad, I am surprised his surname isn't Armstrong, because that's quite the stretch. Then we have the guy who suggests that the heroes didn't use the fly spray or the Naboo fighter because they would cause too much damage, which totally contradicts this scene from an earlier episode. Here, Boba Fett is taking out high-speed moving targets and barely misses a shot. But hey, tell me again why he chooses to ride the Rancor into town because the starships would cause too much damage. What it boils down to is the demented mindset of these modern fanboys, and my buddy Sal at 2 Cents Toys really nailed the steps involved in achieving their thought pattern. Step 1. Wanting your words to come out of my mouth. That is why they apologise for me not enjoying a stupid TV show. Step 2. Take every criticism about a fandom you enjoy personally. Step 3. Trash something generally liked to make the new thing you like look better. Step 4. Lob angry comments until you get noticed. Step 5. Get mad when you're noticed. And Step 6. Announce your departure. If I had to choose between critical thinking and not overthinking a piece of entertainment media, I will choose critical thinking every time, because I can't just switch my brain off, but that is exactly what you must do to maintain brand loyalty. Disney Plus is advertised as a premium streaming platform, so when people leave comments agreeing with the show's shortcomings but loving it anyway, that is them switching off their brains to stay loyal to a brand that clearly doesn't care about them and certainly doesn't know who they are. It's like paying for a luxury limousine to take you to your destination, but still loving the bus that turns up instead, just because it's a Star Wars bus. So you sit down on your piss-stained seat next to passengers with bad body odour and love the ride anyway, because if you don't, you aren't a true Star Wars fan.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
If being a true fan means devouring any and all slop put out by the studio, then I'm glad you don't think I'm a true fan. It does, however, make me curious as to why so many grown adults have such a blind devotion to a movie franchise that they take criticism of the property personally, and believe that people like me should not even make videos about the Book of Boba's farts, and that I should only make videos about the things I enjoy.
No, Justice Scalia, I would say there is no line between the two, because really what you're talking about is a matter of taste and not law.
Well, the thing is, I enjoy critical thinking, satire, and tongue-in-cheek humour. So for those of you who thought the first 3 episodes genuinely upset me, then you didn't get the joke and I don't know how to help you. Imagine being so fragile that you cannot tolerate the idea of another human being not liking the same Star Wars show as you. So much so that you take it personally and throw insults at the opposite party. These bellends also tell me to only make videos about the things I like. But they don't watch those videos. They come to my channel to watch the Book of Boba Fett, to downvote the video and leave an angry comment. And all of that is seen as engagement by YouTube and does wonders for the channel. So I'd like to thank you for hating me. I have a theory behind this blind brand loyalty to Star Wars, so hear me out for a second. Meet Obi Rando 42, forklift operator and Star Wars fan. Obi Rando 42, by his own admission, is defined by his job and his passion for Star Wars. So when someone criticises Star Wars, he takes it personally, because he spent most of his adult life being a true Star Wars fan. He even bought himself Star Wars underwear. But what's really sad about Obi Rando 42 is that he actually believes that being a true Star Wars fan is his greatest achievement in life. And when that's the case, you've never really achieved anything. Obi Rando 42 is just a sad, pathetic loser, getting angry at YouTubers because they don't like the same shit he does. Now let me say this again so I'm being perfectly clear. It doesn't matter if you love the Book of Boba Fett, or if you love everything Star Wars. It's your opinion and you're entitled to it, just like I am. But when you say I'm only allowed to voice my opinion when it is positive, and I should not make any critical videos, you're acting like a crazy person. And just to irritate you, here's another unpopular opinion. If you're one of those people totally fanboying over seeing Anakin Skywalker return to live action, then you are celebrating the Star Wars equivalent of a self-service checkout. This isn't the checkout where you can have a human interaction with the cashier. This is the soulless self-service checkout that was introduced so that large companies could slash employment. And at the rate Star Wars is resurrecting dead actors, the entire acting industry will disappear almost as fast as Disney's morals. Whether you think I'm a true Star Wars fan or not doesn't matter, because
Nobody cares what you think.
I know in my own heart that I am a fan of some Star Wars. I love the original trilogy. But I have a gag reflex, so I can't choke on every sausage coming out of the Lucasfilm factory like some of you idiots do. If you go to YouTube and search the term divided fandom, the majority of videos that pop up are Star Wars related. But let's pretend we live in hypothetical happy land where we all love all the movies, all the toys and all the TV shows all the time. The fandom would still be divided. And you know why? Because it's filled with morons who actually believe that it's better to switch your brain off when consuming content. Don't overthink it, don't criticise it, and definitely don't speak up unless it's anything but positive. It's like having a neighbour that you can hear abusing his wife on a nightly basis, but you choose not to call the cops because it's a negative subject. You choose to be the better man and ignore it and move on. And I despise that in people. The amount of people over the years who have told me that I should be the better man and not talk about other YouTubers who've attacked me, or the predatory business practices of toy corporations, or poor quality Star Wars content, well, they obviously haven't done their research, because after the attacks on the World Trade Center in 2001, I didn't choose to just ignore it and move on and be the better man. I chose to stand up and be counted, and I have no regrets. So if you're one of those people who is scared of critical thinkers, or you unsubscribe from a YouTube channel because they think differently about a Star Wars TV show, or you endorse censorship by telling those people that they should only make videos about things they like, then you're a wimp. And the whole time there are people like you and people like me, the fandom will always be divided. And that's okay with me, because I think that you wimps should fuck off.
Court's adjourned.